Yeah, let's get into it. This is gonna be an interesting topic, and mind you, this is all thanks to the folks over at Ecamm with the LEDA initiative. And today's topic is gonna be know your audience. You know, I'm a trash guy, but I'm interested to know who I'm talking to, and initially, the content that I put out hopefully speaks to them. So that's what we're gonna be talking about today. All right. All right, enough with the tease, right? All right, so hey, long and short of it, today we're going to be talking about a few steps that you can implement each and every day, either interacting in person or even in social media, how to identify your audience. Who is your audience? And simple steps that I take every single day, and that's what we're going to cover today. So if that's what you want to learn more about, tune in, hang in there. It's not going to be a long show, maybe more than 25 minutes at best. All right, let me get the details out of the way. My name is Marcello Arcele, and I work for the second largest waste company in the nation. All opinions are solely my own and do not reflect the opinions of my employer. Yeah, they're not back there anywhere. No, it's just me. I mention that just to make sure that anything that I say doesn't interrupt with my company's visions and missions. So then let's get that out the way. Want to just give a shout out to all the folks that are watching me live. Thank you for watching me on the replay as well. I see I got my dude, Mr. Garrett is in the building for all the way from Texas. Thank you very much for coming through, my brother. I got my dude, Roy, all the way from, I believe it's Australia or Sydney. Let me know in the comments. And you know, I got my steady Eddie, Yolanda Chin. That's the woman that keeps me accountable. So mind you, today, whoo, you see this right here? It was a tough day. I was struggling to even considering to even do it live, but I wanted to be consistent. I've been doing it once a day, or every single day for the month of August. And I want to keep the trend going. It's not that tough. At the end of the day, just like when you go to the gym, after you get that done, you're like, gosh, why did I fight it that hard? So, all right, I digress. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that, Ms. Love. I'm glad you like the t-shirt. And if you know about it, you know, it's a lovely t-shirt. I love it. Thank you very much for that, Miss Love. I see. Oh, yep. There you go. Roy says he's from Sydney. Sydney is in Australia. I guess you're right. You can see how, Roy, like I told you, it's a long day. Thank you. I see my dude West Bangle is in the building. You know, when West Bangle is in the building, when you see a 0 in there. So thank you very much for coming through. I see Teresa. Yes, I try to be a beast. Thank you very much for the compliment. Thank you so much for that. Happy Friday, Miss Love. Lynn, all the way from Malaysia. Woo, I'm international tonight. Thank you so much for coming through. I see that. And again, thank you very much, Garrett Ross, Korea, for coming through in the building. I appreciate your support. And then if you're watching me Team Live, put it in the hashtag Team Live. And if you're watching me in replay, hey, we love you too, because we appreciate the analytics. All right, enough with the mumbo jumbo. You can follow along in the description what we're going to be covering. So just to make it easy, okay? So just open up the description. You can see right now, the first thing we're going to talk about, real simple stuff. And I'm sure a lot of you guys probably do this now. And ladies, Want to make sure we get that clear. You guys probably view your analytics. And if you do, put a thumbs up in the comments if you actually view your analytics once a week, once a month, or maybe once a day. Let me know. Put that a thumbs up in the comments if you do that. The benefit to that is you know who is looking at your content. In my case, that's what I'm struggling with. I'll be honest with you. My ideal client, as I mentioned before and time again, and it's a good time to say it. Hey, if we haven't met before, my name is Marcello Arcele. Nice to meet you. I provide recycling and waste services for manufacturing, industrial, and logistical organizations. My goal is to implement a safe solution that is sustainable and is cost effective. And if that sounds like you, or you know someone that needs my help, have them give me a call directly at 678-683-9136. So you heard that. That is the people that I'm targeting. Unfortunately, sometimes I have a lot of folks, in my case, within my company that are viewing my content. Hey, that's great. I love that. And especially when it comes all the way from Sugar Land, Texas. Look at that. I got my dude already. Look at Sugar Land in the building. See? Sugar Land is a build. Hey, I heard that you was commenting like heck at the at Travis's music event earlier. Thank you very much. I see your LinkedIn chat is not popping up. Yeah, you're right about that. Oh, chat doesn't come up. I'm using Ecamm. They haven't updated it yet that I can actually view the comments from LinkedIn in here. I could refer to it on the screen here and comment on it, but I can't bring it up on a screen like this. So thank you very much for bringing that up, Mr. KD. Yep. So that's the thing that I mentioned earlier. As I look at my analytics, I can see that sadly my ICP is not there, and that's what I'm struggling with. So I say that because I'm being vulnerable. That's what I'm struggling with each and every day. So I'm thinking about when I write or create post, is it resonating with them? So that's something to consider. So the other thing is look at previous successes among your audience. So going back to what I said before, once you have identified your audience and you know the segment that you need to target, in my case, my ideal segment is environmental, health, and safety individuals, which is normally, you can look them up by EHS representatives, facilities managers, regional managers, and property managers, which is industrial and manufacturing. Those are the areas that I like to focus. I generally know their general pain, and specifically around apartment communities or property manager. This is the time that they're checking their budgets. So obviously these budget focus messages will resonate with them at this time. So consider that. So now create a buyer's persona, or like I said, AKA ICP, your ideal customer profile. I'm curious to know, folks that are watching me here in the live and also in the replay, do you know who is your ideal customer? Do you know when you're posting who you're trying to cater to? I mean, if you don't have a product to sell, but let's get one-to-one. If you're trying to attract a lady or you're trying to attract a gentleman, is that what you're trying to do by putting your selfie? I don't know. You tell me. Put it in the comments if that's what it is. If it's a specific segment that you know, let me know. If you're looking for the ladies there and gentlemen, there you go. Same thing. If you're looking for a male friend, put it in there. Essentially, everyone is selling. You got to think about this. Even though you're not in the sales industry or sales focused role like I am, come on. Everyone is selling at every single time. And I say this because if there's always a transaction being done, either you're selling the reason why to do business with you, or the other person selling you the reason why they don't want to do business with you. Either way, a sale is being made. So consider that. So let's see if we have any comments to focus on right here in LinkedIn. I see my dude. Oh, I see Roy saying, yeah, it's about the Signia aspect. I see Yasmin Thank you very much for coming through. Let me refresh the page just in case if I have any other comments, because I've been told that LinkedIn has been a bit glitchy today. Roy says, I know exactly who my ideal customer aviator is. I love that. It's better to build relationships than selling. Yep, you're right about that, Roy. And this is exactly the reason why I do what I do now. Obviously, I'm not selling. I'm helping others in my network how to attract your ideal client. But obviously, I'm not selling because I'm not talking about waste of recycling services. But it's a way for me to show my humanity and show my personality and show me, like I said, if anything, allow myself to be vulnerable, seeing me as an individual. So ultimately, when they ask me to come to the business to help them, chances are they might feel that they know me on a personal level. And that's my goal by doing these lives. Okay. I see Kennedy, thank you very much for coming through. I appreciate that. I see you here in LinkedIn. Ralston Samuels, hey, check one, check two. The audio is working fine. Thanks very much for coming through. I appreciate your support. Mr. Knuckles is in the building right here. Good evening, my friend. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. And now Ms. Love, before we go to the next one, she says, brand ambassador products service try to reach everyone looking for a specific product. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And Roy, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, sometimes what I'm saying right now, this is not complicated. Let's just try to keep it really simple. Essentially, social media, every time you open the application, I don't care what it is, try to implement a dating philosophy or mindset that you're dating that person or you're dating the engagement, the content. Every time you swipe and you see a content, think about your interaction with that content, almost like if you're dating that content. I know it's a bit, I might be stretching it, but think about that. Are you just gonna like it? Or are you going to say hello? Meaning, are you going to engage in it? Consider that, because that helps your algorithm. All right, so let's move on to the next items that we have here in the description. Monitor your competitors. Okay, that might seem a bit harsh, but consider this. You have either, if you have competitors in the industry, I would hope that you know who they are. So you're watching on what they're saying, their message, what's resonating with their customers. And now when you see that, does that resonate with your company's mission? Could you try to find a way to adapt it or create it your own? It could be anything, anything. Let's say, for instance, let's use the classic, Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Sugar water. But what do they actually sell? They sell an experience. They sell emotion. They sell happiness. You got to think about that when you look at the ads. When you pop that can open, they want you to remember the time that when you was with your loved one and you enjoy that soda with them while eating popcorn. I mean, just the simple things. I'm actually getting goosebumps thinking about that. But that's what they're selling. Are you doing the same? Are you drawing that emotion out of your audience? And if you are, hit that, give me a thumbs up in the comments, and also hit the emojis right there. Let me know that that's what you're doing. And if so, what are you doing? How do you actually are drawing that emotion? What are you saying? What are you asking? Just wonder. Let me know. Now we have 2 more to go. All right. So let's take a look at it. Let me refresh the comments in LinkedIn just to make sure that I don't miss anything. Okay. Miss Love says dating the content. Interesting. Never heard of that. You know what? Me neither. I just thought about it right there on the fly. You got to think about it. Every time you're looking at a piece of content, you are engaging in it. I mean, we swipe up on LinkedIn. In other platforms, you swipe left or swipe right. You're still swiping and you're engaging. So think about that, how that affects your algorithm and how other people view you, if you actually thought about that. And before I move forward, there's such a simple thing and maybe we're not even aware of this, we're constantly making decisions. Constantly. Every second. Think about when you get in a vehicle and you're driving, right? Are you going to stay right? Or you see somebody coming to your left, are you going to stay? Are you going to honk? Are you going to move? Are you going to slow down? That's a decision. Think about this before you go to sleep. Imagine how many decisions you made today. Now, given that said, when you create posts and you're engaging with your audience, consider that. How many decisions your audience member has made before they viewed your content. Yeah. Now, let's take a look at. All right, so let me go to the last two so we can be respectful of everyone's time. All right. So the next one is review your audience feedback, comments, and engagement, which is what I'm doing right now on the live. Obviously, after the live, I'm going to go and review some of the comments that I didn't get a chance to address on the live and engage in them and review it. Now, reviewing what I mean by that is that if someone's saying something that resonates with you, then take it offline. You know, you could have a 1 or 2 questions or follow-up statements on that in the actual post, but then ultimately, if there's some sort of dialogue, you may want to take a DM. Take it to the DM. Yeah, right? Slide into the DM, like folks say. But yeah, and then from there, start finding out if there's an opportunity. But not immediately. Just really have a conversation. The need will come up. Trust me. If they want to do business with you and you can identify that, it will naturally happen. All right. The last one is evaluate the content and update your product and services. Now, in my business, I don't have a physical product. But in our business, we're constantly looking at different services to implement. Like most recently, I would say about a year or so, we implemented a container refresh program. Now, what that means is businesses like restaurants, or ultimately a business that is image focused, like ourselves, like me. Yeah, see, Florence, she liked this shirt. So, you know, I'm image focused. So those individuals could justify the expense to refresh the container. So it might be an expense for some, but other individuals, like, they'll say, no, this is a cost of doing business because it projects to my customer a different point of view. We all been to businesses sometimes that their container was either dirty or it wasn't serviced. It does project a bad image at times if that container is visible to the customer. You know, the customer could be thinking, well, gosh, did this company pay their bill? Or if it looks like this outside, imagine how it looks inside behind closed doors or behind where I can't see. So it's all about image sometimes. So consider that. So review your products and services and use the polls here on LinkedIn. Ask questions to determine what kind of services you could either create or change or eliminate. So consider that. So, all right. So let me update the page and see what else we have here comment wise. I see I have Mr. Lewis in the building. Thank you very much for coming through. Miss Love says, so glad that you said that. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Kennedy says, no honking with road rage. You got to be careful. But you got to consider this. And a lot of people don't consider this. And I've told this to a lot of, I think about this often, really. How many decisions we make every single day. And the thing that I often tell folks that I notice that they're like nervous or they feel like they don't have enough time in their day. You know what I normally tell them? Slow down. Slow down. Take a moment. Slow down. Whatever you think that you're losing by slowing down, you'll gain it by the mistakes you avoid. I've seen it time and time again. And this is why when it pertains to meeting with a client, I never rush. I leave earlier. I take my time. I take the back roads. So by the time I get there, I'm relaxed. It allows me to think through. You know what I typically do? I actually think through how the conversation might go. Think about potential objections that they might have. Might. Because things could go left or right. Mind you, I say might because obviously I've had some conversations, either one or two with them prior to a meeting with them. So I have a good idea what they need and what challenges my customer might have based on previous interactions with customers in that same sector. Because I want to be respectful of my customer's time. But at the same time, I don't prejudge, and I recommend the same for you. All right, let's see what else we have here. Yolanda says, I have to monitor your competitors in early to stay relevant. Yeah, that's true. Very true, Miss Chen. Yep. Let me see what else I have here. Let me refresh the page, and then from there we'll just be wrapping things up, because at that point I don't want to belabor this, because mind you, as I said before, it was pretty long. I was dragging to even come out here. So again, look at the descriptions that I have here in the things that you need to do to know your audience. Do a little bit of research. Ask your audience. Ask your customer. Ask these questions to them. Now, when you do that, you could actually say to the next person, I understand the challenges that you're facing. And the reason why is that 2 days ago, one of my customer, Roy from Sydney, Australia, because Sydney is in Australia, shared with me XYZ PDQ. I feel that that's a similar challenge that you might be facing. Correct me if I'm wrong. Do you believe that? If not, let's talk about it further. Tell me why. But see, then at this point, you're using a testimonial from an existing customer. Points. And second, it shows that you either done your research or know their pain. All right, guys. My name is Marcello Arcele, and ladies, I'm your friendly waste stream analyst right here in Metro Atlanta. As I said earlier, and I'll say to you right now, my focus is logistics, manufacturing, and industrial. My goal is to ensure that you have safe, reliable, and a sustainable solution in place to make sure that your downtime is minimized. If that sounds like you, and I see a couple of thumbs ups on the right side, which it sounds like people are liking that, reach out to me directly. My number is 678-683-9136. I tell you this much, I thank you each and every time that you come out and visit me here for the few brief moments. And if you like what you heard, please share it with your network. And thank you again. I'm going to see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.